Hi, welcome back. Part two of week three, essential reporting. So we're just going to carry on looking at the English language a bit more. So there's a bit of an exercise here for you to do about confusing words, and it picks up on a couple of the slides we mentioned in part one. Just thinking about how words can change the meaning of sentences. So what I want you to do is take a look at these. So press pause, take a look at these, try and work out, which is the correct usage, and then press play when you're done. Okay, welcome back. I hope you worked through that okay. I'm sure you all spotted the correct usage of these. So the trip to the Vatican affected me deeply. The effect of the rain was clear to see. The criterion for success in the Olympic Games was physical fitness. The woman was the college principal. 5, I don't believe that the politician has any principles. Number 6 is common mistake. This, I need some more stationery in order to write this report. Stationary with an ARY, as if the bus was stationary. As we see in question 7, the bus crashed into a stationary car. 8, last year there were fewer accidents than in 2010. So take a look at that one actually, that's another common one, the difference between less and fewer. 9, it's important you practice with an S. Your shorthand, practice with a C, could be like a GP's practice. Number 10, the newspaper review was very complimentary. So with the I in the middle about the performance. So complementary. The E is to make something whole, to make something complete. So okay, well, you can take your time to have a look at those. There are subtle differences, but it's quite key that you get these things right. Because like I say, readers will notice, and you want to get that spot on if you can, if you've not already. Okay, a bit more about the style guide. Capital letters. Every sentence starts with a capital letter. And we base it that it should always be a capital letter when you finish the previous sentence with a full stop, question mark, or exclamation mark. So, okay. Other than the above, only cap up the first letter of a word when it's a proper name. So, Dave Lafferty, Fred Smith, Oxford Council, St Mary's Hospital. So some examples there. Also, use capital letter when you talk about a person's rank or conferred title. So, Miss, Mrs, Mr, Councillor, Detective Inspector. When it's a day of the week or a month of the year, cap those up please. So, Tuesday, capital T, April, capital A. An acronym, or an abbreviation is pronounced as a word. So, FIFA, UNICEF, NATO, you cap up the first letter there. Well, if it's an abbreviation where, like NATO is an acronym, BBC, you actually say BBC, all the letters are capped up. MP, Member of Parliament, MP. Same with RSPCA, USA. There are no full stops between or after those initials. So press pause, take a bit of a look through those. Fairly basic, use of capital letters really, and you'll be doing this all the time. So the two to really just keep an eye on the acronyms and the abbreviations really, and the day of the week and the month of the year as well. Just remember to cap those up. Okay, good. So now's when not to cap up. So when it's not the full title. So when you're talking about the council, maybe after you've already mentioned that you refer to Salford Council, but the council wouldn't be capped up, the police, the hospital, the government, things like that. Also, when you're talking about people's job description, so managing director, police officer, treasurer, chairman. Don't use a capital letter with a collective word for an organisation, i.e. hospitals, chambers of trade, schools, universities, colleges, and the names for seasons as well. I was forever correcting this at the end, so lowercase. That's a style guide, that's a style sort of thing you may well see in other organisations that do cap up the seasons. I know when I started you did cap up the seasons, however now common usage has changed and you use those as lowercase. So again, take your time to pause, just take notes of that slide. Okay, numbers. This is fairly universal across all news organisations, so just try and remember this, it's fairly straightforward. Numbers 1 to 9 are written as full words, except things like times, prices, so £1.80 would be £, 1.80, weights and measures. So 1 to 9 written as full words, ONE for 1. When you get to 10, this changes. So 10 and over, written as numerals. 10, 11, and it's the same with ordinals as well. So first, not 1ST, but it is 10, 10TH, not 10. So numbers 10 and over, written as numerals, but in terms of ordinals, first is written FIRST, not 1ST, but it is 10TH, not 10. So take a bit of time to look at that, but the basic thing you need to remember there is 1 to 9, written as words, 10 and above, written as numerals. Never start a sentence with a numeral or ordinal, and don't include house numbers. So I've seen this sneaking in quite a bit on websites where people will start a sentence with a number. Someone may write 1,000 people attended the football match, and they'll write 1000. That's incorrect, so don't do that. If you see that, it's not what you should be doing really. If you want to do that, you write ONE and spell out 1,000, so 1,000 people attended the football match, something like that. So just remember that, never start a sentence with a numeral. The house numbers is quite key, so if you're saying Dave Lafferty of Harvest Road, you wouldn't put Dave Lafferty of 27 Harvest Road. So we never use house numbers. The only exceptions are really 10 Downing Street. That's pretty much it really. It's the only one I can think of off the top of my head where you would. But in general, when you're dealing with members of the public or anybody else, apart from Boris Johnson, it's just the street name. Okay. So, a bit more on numbers. So for ages under 10, write out the word, a 3-year-old, or 3 spelt out as a word, year-old Jane. 10 and above, now you know it's written as numerals. So 12, a 1, 2, -year, -old, as such. Times and prices, use numerals, only use a full stop if there's a fraction attached. So 2 p.m, the number 2 and a p.m, and the same with prices as well, £2 or £2.50 or 2 million, and indeed with sizes, weights and measures. So again, take a bit of time just to make your own notes and have a look at these things. They're fairly straightforward. Once you get to grips with them, you won't look back, you'll remember them forever. So just to sum up, numbers 1 to 9 written out, 10 and above used as numerals. Okay, that's it for part 2. See you in a bit.